Hello children, you are welcome to this segment of the program, The Classroom in Your Home. It is mathematics time, and today, that means revision time. As Auntie Fumi has said, we'll be focusing on reviewing all the topics that we have learned. Now, our lesson objective is quite easy. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to recall important points from all the previous lessons. So let's just get right into it. The first question says, simplify 4a plus 7c plus 2a. Work it out quickly in your jotters and select the correct answer from here. You should have your answer by now. Let's see what that is. Correct answer is 6a plus 7c. And that is because we have 4a here, which is like 4 apples, and then 2a. 4a plus 2a gives you 6a. And you still have 7c. That's your correct answer. Next question says you should solve 3a plus 5 is equal to 20. Work it out quickly and let's have your answer. You should have your answer by now, so let's see what that is. That answer is 5. A equals to 5. Let's just see how that is worked out. You have 3a plus 5 is 20. Now, take all the numbers to the right side. You have 3a equals 20. Remember that plus 5 will become minus 5. You have 20 minus 5. That means 3a is 15. Divide both sides by 3 to get rid of this 3. And 3 cancels 3. 3 goes here 1. 3 goes here 5. So you have a here and you have 5 there. So that means that a is 5, as we have said. So let's just move on. Next question says 4k minus 1 is equal to 1. Work it out quickly and select an answer from here. You should have your answer right about now. The correct answer should be 1 all over 2. So let's just see how that is worked out quickly. 4k minus 1 is equal to 1. So take all the numbers to the right. 4k equals to this 1, then minus 1 becomes plus 1. So now 4k equals 2. So divide by 4 to get rid of this 4. 4 cancels 4. 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 2. So here I'm left with k, and on the right side I'm left with 1 over 2. That means that k equals 1 all over 2. I believe you got that right. So let's just move on. Next question says, find t if 9t minus 4 is 20 minus 3t. Work that out quickly and select your answer from here. You should begin by taking the letters to the left and the numbers to the right, and you should be having your answer right about now. Let's see what that answer is. The answer should be 2. So I'll just show you how that is going to be worked out. Now, 9t minus 4 is 20 minus 3t. So I just bring all the algebraic terms, the one that has t, to the left, and you have 9t minus 3t becomes plus 3t. Now on the right, I take all the numbers. I have 20, then minus 4 becomes plus 4. Now on this side, 90 plus 3t gives me 12t. And on the right side, I have 24. Now I have to divide by 12 so that I can get rid of this 12. So I divide this side by 12 as well. 12 cancels 12. 12 goes here 2, here 1. So now I'm left with t here. And on the right side, I'm left with 2 all over 1, which is 2. So that's how we got our 2. I believe you got that right. Moving on. Now this question says, if A is 4 and B is 3 and C is 2, you are to evaluate C squared plus B squared plus A squared. Easy peasy. Work it out quickly and select your answer from here. Your answer should be coming up quickly right about now. So let's see what that answer is. The answer should be 29. I wouldn't waste my time if I were you. I would just go straight to working out the answer. Let's go. Now C is 2, so C squared is 2 squared. B is 3, so B squared will be 3 squared. A is 4, and that means A squared will be 4 squared. Now you know your squares table. 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4 is 16. Now 9 plus 4 gives us 13, 13 plus 16 will give you 29, my friend. And that is how we got that. I believe you got that as well. So we'll move on to the next one. Now read this carefully. The question says, when a number is multiplied by 4 and 11 is subtracted, the result is 45. What is the correct equation for the problem? You're just required to change that problem into an equation. Which of these is the correct equation? Study it quickly. You should have your answer right about now. Let's see what that answer is. Yeah, it's this one, 4n minus 11. Let's see how it goes. If a number is multiplied by 4, and that is 4 times n, we don't know the number, so we say 4 times a number, 4n, and 11 is subtracted, that is 4n subtract 11, the answer is 45. Now this is very important. That means it's equal to. So you have 4n, remove 11, you get 45. So this, my friend, is your final answer. I believe that's what you selected as well. Let's take a look at another one of the same type. The product of a number and 7 is 18 less than 144. What is the correct equation for the problem? Study it quickly. Your answer should be staring you right in the face. Well, I have seen the answer. Have you? Let's see which one it is. I believe it should be 7n equal to 144 minus 18. Let's see why that is so. It says the product of a number and 7, that means 7 and a number, so 7n, is, that is means equal to. Now it says 18 less than 144, that is remove 18 from 144, and that's why you have 144 minus 18, so this is the correct answer, my friend. Let's see what the next question is saying. Now this says a certain number is doubled and 5 is subtracted from it. The answer is 27. What is the number? Now you first need to write this in form of an equation, and then you need to solve that equation. I'll give you time. A certain number is doubled number, 5 is subtracted, and what you get is 27. Remember that word is. Then you solve that equation. You should be having your answer right about now. So let's see which one is the answer. The answer should be 16. Yes. So let's see how that is worked out. A certain number is doubled. I don't know the number, but I will double it. That is 2n. Then 5 is subtracted from it. I subtract 5. The answer is 27. Is 27. So this is the equation that I've got to solve. So I solve it quickly. Now 2n equals to, take all the numbers to the right side, 27 minus 5 becomes plus 5. So now 2n is 27 plus 5 is 32. Now divide both sides by 2 to get rid of that 2. 2 cancels 2. I have n. 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 1. I'm left with 1. 2 goes in 12, 6. So I have 16 there. This is how we got our 16, my friend. Easy peasy. I'm sure you recall us doing something like this in our previous lesson. So let's move on. The next question says, when a line rotates in a circle and gets back to the starting point, how many degrees has it traveled? You know this already. You have seen the answer already. The answer is 360 degrees. When a line goes in a circle round back to the starting point, 360, another 360, and so on like that. Now, look at this angle. Is this an acute angle or obtuse angle? How many degrees do you think it is? You've done this before. You should know. Well, I have seen the answer, and I believe you have seen the answer as well. This is an obtuse angle because it is greater than 90 degrees. Now, let's assume that this is the starting point. Then 90 degrees will be somewhere around here. This angle is already bigger than that. And 180 degrees will be the straight line. So this is still between 90 and 180. So halfway between 90 and 180, that should be around 135. And that is why this is the correct answer, my friend. It is not acute angle because it's not sharp. And it is not less than 90. Moving on. So let's check out this angle. Is it an acute angle or an obtuse angle? How many degrees do you think it is? You look at it and select an answer from here. Well, I have seen the answer. Have you? I believe you should have. The correct answer is 20 degrees. Because if we're starting from here, then 180 should be straight, 90 should be half of that, and this has not even gotten to half of 90, so it's anywhere between 20 and 35. So it's an acute angle, and 20 degrees is the closest to it. 60 degrees would be somewhere around here, you know. So 20 degrees is the closest thing to it. So this is the correct answer, my friend. So let's just move on. Now this one talks about the angle between the hands of the clock. What is the smaller angle? Smaller angle between the hands of the clock. Check it out. I'm sure you've seen your answer by now, because I've seen it. And the correct answer is 60 degrees. Yes, that's because between each hands of the clock, there is how many degrees? There is 30 degrees. So from here to here, 30. From here to here, 30, and you go 30, 30, 30, 30, until you go around 30 in 12 places, gives you the whole 360. But between the two hands of the clock, this one and this one, you have just this small angle. Of course, there is a larger angle, but the question says, what is the smaller angle? And that is this angle. So you just count 30, 60, and that is the answer, my friend. I believe you got that right. So let's just move on to the next one. Now in this case, the question says, what is the larger angle between the hands of the clock? Calculate it quickly. This one might take you a longer time. I'll give you enough time. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe you should have gotten your answer now, my friend. So that angle should be 210 degrees. Let's see why that is. There are two angles here. This angle and this angle. So obviously this is the larger angle. So you start counting from here. So in 30 is 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210. Easy peasy for you, I believe, my friend. So let's move on to the next one. I believe that if you come across something like this in the exam, you shouldn't have a problem. Now this one. What is the reading on the compass, on the protractor, the angle between these two lines? If you can get a zoom on this angle, is it 60 degrees? Is it 70 degrees? Is it 120? Is it 135? You should have taken that reading by now. Well, I tell you what it is. The angle is 60 degrees. And why is that? Because we are taking our 0 to be from this end and we're going clockwise. So starting from 0, we're using the outer scale, because you remember that there are two scales, one on the outside like this and the other one on the inside like this. So since we have taken the 0 on the outer scale, we will take the reading on the outer scale. So the other line is right here. Outer scale, you have 50, you have 60. So the angle is 60. And you will see that from here to here, the angle is not so much. 60 degrees, the 90-degree angle is right there. So the answer is 60 degrees. The line is just on top of 60. I believe that is what you got. So moving on. What is the angle between the hands of the clock in this case? I'll just give you 2 seconds for this. You should have taken your reading starting from the other end. The correct answer to this, my friend, is 65 degrees. That is because you see that you're starting from 0 on the inner scale and your line is between 60 and 70. That is 65. So moving on quickly. Now this one. What is the value of the missing angle in the diagram below? I give you 10 seconds to quickly work this out, and then I'll tell you the answer. Now, the correct answer to this is 71 degrees. And this is because all the angles in a triangle must add up to 180 degrees. So when you add 82 degrees and 27 degrees, you will get 109 degrees. Now, so I need to make 109 degrees up to 180 degrees. What's the difference? That is 180 degrees minus 109 degrees. And you get 71 degrees. This is the answer. So here is 71. Everything must add up to 180. Moving on quickly. Here is another one for you to do. What is the angle between, or what is the value of x in this angle? Study it quickly. You should see your answer right here. Now, the correct answer to this will be, I believe, should be 30 degrees. Yes, and that is because when you add up all the angles, you get 180. But this one is already 90. You remember that the box always means 90. So the remaining 2 will be 90. That is 2x and x will give you 90. 2x and x is 3x. And that will give you 90. So divide both sides by 3 to eliminate the 3. 3 cancels 3. 3 here, 1, 3 here, 3. Here 0. So x is 30. This is the correct answer, my friend. Let's move on. And finally, this one. What is the value of x in the diagram below? You should be having your answer right about now. Well, let's just check out what the answer is. Correct answer should be 48. And why is that? All the 3 angles in a triangle will give you 180 degrees. But you notice that this is an isosceles triangle, which means that these sides are equal, and this angle are equal. Now, if I remove 84 from the whole 180, I am left with 96. So these 2 angles gives me 96, but they are both equal. So I just divide 96 into 2 equal parts. 2 here, 1, 2 here, well, it's 4, remaining 1. 2 in 16 is 8. So this is 48, and this is 48. They are equal. So that's how we got our 48. Okay, so with that, we have come to the end of the revision session for mathematics today. I believe you've been able to recall 1 or 2 things that we have learned. I urge you to practice, because mathematics is all about practice. Practice, work hard, and you will never miss your way. We have come to the end, like I have said. It's now time for you to get to meet Uncle Popo for his own side of the revision, and I'll be back along with Auntie Fumi and Uncle Popo later in the day to sign off.